Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to look at the subreddit r/entitledparents, where people tell us their stories of crazy mums and dads who think they're entitled just because they have kids. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some Reddit stories. Entitled mother demands money for her son's injuries after stealing from my property. Trying to keep it short, I recently bought my son a new bicycle for several reasons. Firstly, for being so good with his potty training in the run-up to starting school. Second, his toddler bike was broken and I didn't feel safe letting him ride it anymore. Therefore, the toddler bike was put outside my house behind my dustbin last week until the bin lorries come around and take it away. Today, I come home from work. I'm tired, it's hot, I just want to shower and relax. About 5 minutes later, someone's banging at my door. It's the lady from across the road, who also has a young son. I often see her young son, approximately 6 or 7, playing outside with his friends. Turns out he's seen the broken bike behind my bins and decided he wants to ride it. As it's broken, this didn't end well, and her son has fallen off and scraped all down his face and arms, and had a black eye. She's threatening to call the police because apparently it's my responsibility to not leave anything outside in case he thinks it's there to take and play with. She wants me to pay to reimburse her taxi fare to the hospital and back, and for any medical supplies she'll need, like bandages, creams, etc. I have flat out refused. I'm sorry for the boy, it does look painful. I've fallen off my share of bikes. But this bike was not only on my property, behind my gate and fence, but also behind my bins. It couldn't be seen from the street unless you're looking for it, meaning her kid had to come into my garden and be looking round to have found it. I bet it wasn't the kid, I bet it was the entitled mother who actually went into the garden, took it for her kid, and then blamed it on the kid. I would definitely not pay her anything. Why didn't you give him dinner? I'm a teacher in a daycare center. We get a lot of entitled parents or caregivers on an almost daily basis, but this is one of the most memorable I can recall. Because of working parents and their hours which we try to cater to, the daycare center doesn't close until 5:30 p.m, and we try to stipulate to parents that they need to be there for pickups on time, otherwise it puts us behind closing up and we don't get out of there until late, etc. Most of the parents are tired by that time too, from a long day of work and just want to go home. So there are usually no children who are late to go home. At about 10 to 5ish on a Friday, we had a phone call from the mother from one of the infants. The boy was just about to turn 2. She was in the next town over and was running late, and she was just about to get on the bus. She was notorious for doing this to us. She either was late and never got in contact with us, or we could never get in contact with her as she wouldn't pick up the phone when we rang her. But this day she had rang. We asked if there was anyone else who could pick up her son as we closed soon. She laughed and said, "No, there's not. You're going to have to stay." I was pretty certain she knew what she was doing, forcing us to be open late and putting us behind with the rest of the locking up. The bus from the next town over would take an hour or so to get here, so we settled in with her son for a wait and entertained him the best we could. The poor kid at this stage was exhausted from a long day and just wanted to go home. We tried to get him to sleep, but he was overtired, so just ended up screaming the place down. Poor wee fella. Anyway, it's after 10 to 6, and there is no sign of the mother still. We ring to try and see how far away she is. No answer. It gets to 6 p.m, and we do the same again. Still no answer. We found the boy's file and paperwork and rang the next contact on his list. He had just started work at a night shift, but said he was going to ring the mother and find out where she was. The bus may have just been running mega late, but it's what she said to us when she finally did arrive that made me certain that was not the case. It nears 6:30 PM and we're about ready to call in a search team for this kid's family, when the mother traipses through the door. As the mother is getting her son's belongings sorted and signing him out, my colleague says to her, "You're later than we anticipated. We actually close at 5:30. There will be extra charge added to your account for being late." "I was getting my nails refilled," she replies as if there's no problem at all. "You said you were on the bus," my colleague says, confused. "The bus stopped outside the salon, so I got my nails refilled." We are beyond caring at this point, to be honest. We were both tired, the kid was exhausted, everyone just wanted to go home. The mother had a different idea. "Has he been fed?" she demands. "We gave him a plate of fruit and some crackers," I told her. "Why didn't you give him dinner?" "The kitchen closes at 4. After afternoon tea. We are unable to feed the children proper meals unless it's provided," I said. "Has he been bathed? Can I put him to bed as soon as I get home?" she demands again. "We don't have the full and proper facilities to give the children baths." Great, he's going to be grizzy all night. And with that, the mother leaves with her very tired 2-year-old son. We thought that was the end of the matter. We quickly did the rest of the lockup and got out of there for the weekend. Monday, when I come into work, I get told the mother was in the office, trying to take the matter up with the head teacher and the manager, saying that I and my colleague were negligent for not doing her nighttime routine for her. You can imagine how well that went down with the rest of the staff. We had a good laugh at her expense in the staff room that day. Oh, I really hope their policy was like, charge $100 per 5 minutes that you were late, and she just got charged a huge amount of money, because that'll definitely make her stop. Entitled mother tries to take my book, but fails to read a word and gives up. So this happened earlier today, and I'm still laughing. The backstory. I was making my daily commute on a bus while reading a book. It was a J.R.R. Tolkien novel, The Silmarillion for you nerds out there. As you know, Tolkien writes in a peculiar way and uses really old English. In my country, I live in Brazil, there's this publisher that uses very old translations. I love it. It gives a very interesting touch to the reading. So there are some words that we don't use anymore. Behind me, a mum, entitled mother, and a little girl, nice kid. So the history. I was reading without a care in the world, headphones on and with really loud music. Now, I think this lady called me a few times because she got physical trying to communicate. She tapped my shoulder and I took off my phone. The conversation went something like this. "Excuse me, did you know that you'll get deaf listening to music this loud?" "Oh, I don't usually listen like this. I just don't like to be bothered." "Well, that's not very polite. I was trying to talk to you." "Oh, sorry, the music must be annoying you. I'm going to put the volume down." It wasn't that loud, but I always try to be polite. "It's not about the music." The nice kid then talks. "Please, ask if I can read the book, Mum." "Shush, sweetie, Mummy is talking." I turn to the girl and explain. "Sorry kid, this book has a lot of hard words and even I struggle to read. You will get bored if you try." "You think my girl can't read this stupid book? How dare you? My girl can read anything." "Then you should bring her a book. It's not anybody's obligation to entertain your daughter." "It's okay, Mum." The kid turns to the window and starts to look outside at this point. The lady seems annoyed, but stops complaining for a while. And then I made a dumb move. I took out my phone to check the time. I heard that obnoxious voice. "See, you are not even reading. Give her the book." Lady, even if I was not reading, it is my book. You don't give your stuff around just because other people complain to you, or do you? Entitled mother almost chokes on her rage. She's mad. I don't give a darn. I just put my headphones back on. Remember, the music is very low, and keep reading. Entitled mother then said with an angry voice, "Fine, if you won't give my daughter the book, I will read it to her." This lady just approaches her head over my shoulder. I hate this. Don't enter my personal space, please. And starts to read. She reads one paragraph and then gets to the word Ainu Lindale. It's a theme for a book inside the Silmarillion. It means Great Symphony. "Listen, darling, the what even is this book?" She retreated with a defeat, and I enjoyed the rest of my reading in peace. The kid didn't even pay attention to her mum's reading, just kept staring at things outside. I know it's not like those entitled parents that get mental over things, but the audacity of this lady was surprising for me. Yeah, that crazy lady's like crazy, but how do you listen to music really loudly and read at the same time? Because that is something I could not do. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird like that, but I'm so bad at that. Entitled mum makes me friends with her rude daughter. Between kindergarten and grade 6, I was friends with this girl who was kind of manipulative and rude. And I thought it would go away from age, but last I heard, she is still the same at grade 11. She was ruining my friendships with my other friends, who are now my close friends, and I had enough in the 6th grade. I told her that I don't want to be her friend, and she either needs to change her behavior or leave me out of it. She reacted by crying, which is a normal reaction, but what I forgot about it was that her mother worked at our school. She wasn't a teacher or anything, she was a kindergarten teacher's assistant, because we all know how kindergarteners are. So she made her mum come outside during recess, and this is how it went down. By the way, these are the casts I'll be using. Me, an entitled mother, entitled mum. Anyways, the mother pulls my arm really tight and pulls me to a corner. I would like to add that her mother had never done this to me before, and was so nice to me, so I was really scared. "So, my daughter told me that you don't want to be her friend, and you were bullying her." "No, I was not bullying her. She has been manipulating my friends into hating each other because she finds it entertaining and is bringing too much drama into our friendship for too long, and I will not handle it. My daughter would never do such a thing. If so, why not complain about it before? You are clearly lying. So how about you stop this drama and be friends with my daughter? You are not allowed to exclude at this school." At this point, my friends who are being manipulated by her daughter, and some kids who knew about her daughter, all were supporting me, because they have seen her daughter also physically assault me as well. "Well, if you don't, I will have to expel you from this school." Obviously, she isn't allowed to, but I didn't know that. My daughter is a smart, she isn't, and nice person, she isn't. And you are a bad influence. She's saying this because I live in the not safe side of my city. Me being scared became her friend again until I moved that same year. Her daughter danced with enjoyment about how happy she was that I was going. Anyways, apparently she has been spreading rumors about my friends who she manipulated, since they decided they didn't want to be her friend anymore after she stayed the same as they got into high school. She also has been spreading rumors about me even though I live 4 cities away from them. Anyone wondering why I never told the teachers, they pushed it away as petty drama and something small, and since we always complained, they would say to just fix it like grown-ups, even when she assaulted me. Even the principal thought it was just stupid drama. Yeah, I guess when you're in like the 6th grade or whatever, it's probably really hard to try and get an adult to believe you, but then I guess when you get into high school, it's going to be a lot better because some people will actually believe you. Hi, we were thinking about opening a kid-free cafe. What? That's discrimination. Yep. In my city of 1 million+ population and hundreds of places where you can bring your kids, one cafe wanted to open up with a kid-free policy. That seemed like such a great idea to me, since I hate kids. I understand that many people don't, probably even most people, but I know there are others like me who wants to have a coffee in peace. But nope, parents went wild with fury and reported the cafe for discrimination. They had to change their policy. Now, there are a total of 0 cafes with a kid-free policy, and hundreds where you risk having to sit next to a screaming, crying, messy kid, strollers blocking the spaces between the tables, and parents drinking latte while not caring about their children causing a ruckus. Seriously, 1 cafe? Was that too much to ask for? Some people just choose to get mad at anything though, don't they? They look around and they're like, oh, I'm probably not gonna go into that cafe, but oh, I wouldn't be allowed if I wanted to. I gotta write a letter to the complaints board or something. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.